In this video, we're going to take a look at Charles' law. Let's first start out by taking a look at the equation for Charles' law. It says V1 over T1 equals V2 over T2. Charles' law is the relationship then between volume and temperature. So we are looking at how the temperature is affecting the volume that the gas is taking up. So in the problem that we have, it says we have a container of gas that has a volume of 2 liters. This will be my V1 value. So 2 liters will be the V1 value. It says that this gas has a temperature of 300 degrees Kelvin. That's going to be the T1. So now we're changing this container's temperature. We're heating it up to 1200 degrees Kelvin. And they're asking us what the volume of the gas will become. So we have to determine what the new volume of the gas will be when we increase the temperature to 1200 degrees Kelvin. So we are going to be solving for V2. So when we take these and plug them into our equation, we have our equation V1 over T1 equals the V2 over T2. We're going to plug these in. V1 was this 2 liters. So we're going to put the 2 over the top. The T1 was 300. So we'll plug that in there. V2, that's what I'm trying to solve for. So I don't know what V2 is. That's what we need to solve for. And then my T2 was 1200. So I'll put that down on the bottom. Now the easiest way to solve for this type of a setup is to do cross multiplication, right? So what we'll do is we're going to take the top of this side and we're going to multiply across the equal sign to the bottom of this side. So we'll be multiplying the, I'm going to write it over here so we have a little bit more room, 2, and we're multiplying it by the 1200. Again, we took the top from this side and multiplied it across the equal sign to the bottom of the other side. We'll be doing the same thing over here. I'm going to take the top, which is the V2, I'm going to multiply it by the 300. So the other side of my equal sign will be V2, and we're going to multiply that by the 300. This allows us to kind of get everything onto one level and simplify things as we go. On this side of my equation, I have 2 numbers, so I can simplify that down. So that will just become 2400. And on this side of the equation, I can't simplify or reduce it at all, so I'll still have the V2 multiplied by the 300. And that's V2 that we look at. Now I need to get V2 all alone by itself. Currently it's being multiplied by 300, so we need to remove it from that side of the equation. So we're going to do the opposite operation. It's being multiplied by 300, so we want to divide by 300 to eliminate it from this side of the equation. Divide by 300 on this side. You have to do the same to this side as well. So we're going to divide this side by 300 as well. And V2 will become 8 liters. Right? V2 will be 8 liters then when we solve this. So doing a little cross multiplication simplifies the problem, right? And then allows us to solve for V2. One thing I want to point out when you're taking a look at this example is that my initial volume was 2 liters. My volume then changed to 8 liters. That was when my temperature started at 300 and went to 1200. So what we see is that when we increase the temperature of our gas, the gas is going to require more space. It's going to be an increase in volume. This is then a direct relationship. That'll be all for this video. Talk to your teacher if you have more questions.